They did a great job, 7 innings, and you see what the work that Cingrani's been doing with the pitching coach with Rick, and very consistent through the ball as well as I've seen him. The fastball, the slider was good, and Watson, I think that was the best inning he's thrown with us. Obviously, you get Raven just getting here, pitched a day ago, and what he gave us getting out of that and give us an inning plus was huge. Fields and Kenley. So the story of the night obviously was the bullpen, and you know, Brock under the weather a little bit going into tonight, gave us what he had, but you could see that when you're pitching with one pitch, it's tough to, you know, get through any major league lineup. And today, the slider wasn't there. There were a couple sliders that were good, a couple changers that were good, but you know, relying on a fastball is tough to, and kind of getting behind hitters. And so I felt that at that point in time we had to go to the pen, and unfortunately, big win.
As you mentioned, the bullpen, the story, but a lot of usage out of them the last 2 nights. Any concern moving forward about just fatigue there, not have enough guys?
No, obviously tonight if it went south, we obviously had praise for length. But tonight we had 4 guys down, so we'll get them back, and Kenley will obviously be down tomorrow, and maybe somebody else. But I think that, you know, with Rich taking them out tomorrow, we feel good about that. So I think the pen, we've got coverage, but you know, tonight CT starting it off on the offense and had a rough one last night. But rebounding, and I think even CT, that ball that he beat, the double play, and that's kind of what, you know, exemplifies our ball club to keep extending innings. And that proved to be a run right there, and to get Yasmani to hit the ball at the ballpark. I think he's been swinging the bat well of late, but really hasn't had a whole lot to show for it. So I know that was a big homer for him and for us, but Yasiel continues to put forth those good at-bats. And so up and down our lineup, like we talked about, there's just so much depth.
What about the milestone hit from Adrian Gonzalez that at the time ended up giving you guys the go-ahead run?
It was nice. I think it was only fitting for him to hit a double for 2,000, and has had a lot of doubles in his career. And you know, he's just a pro, and the longevity, what it takes to get 2,000 hits, I can't fathom. And so I know that his teammates are really excited for him, and it's quite a milestone.
You mentioned Brock was under the weather. What was he doing?
He just had something, just kind of head cold and maybe a little weakness, and he'll never say that was the reason behind it, and maybe lack of strength, I don't know. But the bottom line is that he wasn't executing like he knows he's capable of.
How difficult is a year like this for a young pitcher, not knowing when he's going to pitch, bullpen, relief, or start, up and down?
It's got to be difficult. You know, I think that any player would like routine, consistency, but I think that a lot of guys go through that. And when you play for our ball club, where we have so much quality pitching, and you have options, and that's kind of, you know, where he's at right now in his career. But he's continuing to grow, never makes excuses, and there's a lot to like with Brock, and he's going to be a good one.
How much more dangerous is this lineup if Adrian can continue to be the guy he's been for almost all of his career?
Considerably, and I think that, you know, we have guys that can hit the ball at the ballpark, but to have that professional at bat that we've seen Granderson give us, and to run up pitch counts, to get a base hit when you needed to take the walk, that's invaluable. And you can't really plan for the homer, but I think that the consistent quality of bat that Adrian does give us when he's right, it's taxing on a starter. I mean, it really is on the pitching staff.
Seager has an 11-game hitting streak, but he continues to come up in big situations with the RBIs. What can you say just about what he's been able to do?
You know, you never think that Corey goes under the radar, but there's a lot of guys that are having really nice seasons, and I didn't know he had a hitting streak going on right now, and I don't think he does. But, you know, he still finds a way to get the bat on the ball, get big hits for us, and, you know, he's our best hitter. And, you know, so even when he's not hot or driving the ball to the ballpark, he still finds a way to get that outfield grass.
Starting the road trip, was it your plan to use Kenley 4 out of the first 5 games?
No, not at all. So it's one of those like Ross got a save last night, but where we used him, Kenley, but we'll adjust, and that's kind of the game. It kind of goes in streaks, and we're going to give him a couple days here, so he'll be able to reset.
What was the rationale tonight with the 3-run lead facing the bottom of the order? You still felt like it made the most sense to go to him?
That's a no-brainer.
Because it's the same situation.
Yeah, we have 4 guys down. You use Paredes, and if it goes south, there's no behind the closer.